Okay, this is Investigation 17B, video number 2 on the ripcord generator. It's called a ripcord generator for a reason. There's a string right here called a ripcord, and this helps us to get it going quite a bit faster. Take a look over at the setup now. I've added one more tool. I've added a timer up here, which really has a photogate connected to it. And what this photogate does is it allows us to count how often the rotor spins around. If I just take my finger and put it in the photogate, you'll notice the light changes from green to red. Every time I block it, it changes from green to red. This timer over here is measuring how many times per second I do that. And if I do this a bunch of times, if I spin my finger around in a circle, it's measuring about 3.5 times every second that I'm doing that. If I use a whole bunch of fingers, I get a bigger number because it's measuring how often that gets blocked. Now if you look closely at the rotor, one of the things you'll notice is that it's solid black all the way around except for this little groove right here. There's a groove that you can maybe notice where the light comes through. The rest of it is black. So when I put this on here, every time the rotor spins around, light comes through it just once every time it spins. So it's designed so I can take this photogate and set it in like this. And if you watch the number over here, when I give it a spin with my finger, this tells us the rotational speed of the rotor. Another name for that is frequency, because it's how often it's getting blocked or how often it flashes every second. So this is a number called frequency, but it really is also the rotational speed, the number of times it goes around per second. So again, if I give it a spin, you'll notice we see that number changing as it slows down. And we also see the AC voltage. So for this part, for video number 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this rotor a spin really fast. I'm going to load it up with the ripcord. And as I do that, what I'm going to be able to do is give it a really good spin. And your job is going to be to take some data as it's spinning. So again, I'm going to make it spin really fast. And as you'll see in your data table on your lab sheet, as it is slowing down, you're going to record the rotational speed, otherwise known as the frequency, and the AC voltage several times as it's slowing down. Now the good news is you can push pause on the video whenever you want to. So I'm going to start it out fast. I'm just going to let it run, and your job is 5 different times from when I start it until when it stops. Stop the video and record the rotational speed and the AC voltage that go together. Ready? All right, here we go. I'm going to give it a spin. So again, you're going to stop the video 5 different times and collect the rotational speed number and the AC voltage number that go with it, and then use those numbers to complete the data table on your lab sheet. And then you're going to make a graph of that data on your lab sheet and attempt to talk a little bit about what that data tells us. All right.